What's up, y'all? Um, Derek G again with another video, of course. Um, this time I'm gonna talk about my crazy ass daddy, my pops. Funniest dude for real, like crazy, it's crazy, crazy. I remember one time, my cousin came to the house and was telling us about one of her friends had a little baby or some shit, and how the baby was born with 6 fingers. And so my pops, he like he old school, so I guess that shit didn't really happen around. Or he not that familiar with shit like that. He said so. She said the baby was born with 6 fingers, right? So my daddy looked at his. He was like, 6 fingers. He said, "Damn, that baby ought to be able to smack the shit out of somebody." And that shit was funny as fuck when he said that shit. Yeah, which is true though. Like motherfucker with 6 fingers, they give you some extra oomph to smack a motherfucker to sleep for real. Um, and he was telling me about what this part was nasty. He was like, I'm just gonna put him out there because what I'm saying, the world needs to know. He was saying how like, what I'm saying, like back then they was doing a lot of fucking and they used to catch shit. I think one time like he might have caught some shit that you can get rid of though, and he said so one of his friends set him up. He was like, I think he caught it wasn't nothing serious, I don't believe, but anyway, his friend set him up. To because he was asking his friend like, what can I do to like help me out down there. And so his friend told him all you need to do is rub gasoline on your nuts and like you'll be good. and and so my pop said he did it, and he was like, he said he wanted to kill that motherfucker because once he did it, his nuts started peeling like paint. He said, what I'm saying? Next thing he know, his nuts was pink. And so, and that shit was crazy. Like, he said he was pissed off at him about this shit, which is hilarious because that sounded like some shit I would set a motherfucker up for. Like, but you should know you getting set up if a nigga tell you to put gasoline on your nuts. Like, gasoline supposed to go in a car for an engine. Like, you don't need to, like, try to, like, use gasoline as medicine to cure your nuts. Like, you can't do that. So, you know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. And I remember he used to say weird shit when he got drunk. Like one night he got drunk and shit. He goes out the house and was like, and my mom was like, "Where you going?" He was like, "I'm about to go on the roof." And I'm like, "For what? Like, why you about to go on the roof for?" And he's like, "Because I got cancer in my asshole." I'm like, "Yeah, but I mean that may be true, but like I don't know what good on the roof is gonna do for your asshole. Like that's not gonna take the cancer out of your asshole. That's just going you just gonna be up here chilling for no reason." So I don't know, he crazy. And growing up, like my pops had two nicknames that I always, that he had Boo and Cougar. I never know why they call him Boo, but like I said, I know why they call him Cougar because, like I said, he do weird shit when he gets drunk. And every time he got drunk, everybody, all you had to do was say Cougar, and he, wow, like he try to act like a cougar and shit. So I used to jump every time, like, "What nigga? Why you doing that? Like, that's not." I guess that was cool to the older people, but that's not cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? They call him every fucking time too. Cougar, wow. I'm sitting there like, man, stop that shit, man. That shit, you embarrassing me out here. Another funny thing about my pops, it's like when he used to try to fuss at us growing up, like, cause he smoked a lot of cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? So when he tried to fuss at us, he would cough. He just couldn't really fuss for a long amount of time before he started coughing. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, "Where you been? You gotta go. You gotta go." And I used to always think this shit is funny. I'm like, I used to make bets and shit like how long you think Daddy gonna fuss at us before he start coughing and shit. You know what I'm saying? We had side bets on this shit. I remember one time I just I got in trouble because I went out one night with my brother and we stayed out all night and it wasn't my fault because I won't drive. It was my brother's fault. But anyway, he that next morning he said, I tried trusted you and you let me down, and you know you know you not supposed to be. I'm like, damn, Shit, man, you might want to like just write it down what you need to say, man, so you ain't got to cough like that. That shit crazy. But yeah, man, shit crazy. And another thing, he scarred my ass as a youngster, man. I'll never forget this shit. So I'm going to the bathroom, man. This motherfucker comes out butt ass naked. I mean, no socks or nothing. No, motherfucker. I mean, no shit. Like, I'd have been happy if he had a fucking headband on or something. Like, but he was completely fucking naked. Like, I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? I mean, dick swinging too. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck, man? Like, you ain't the only one to live here, B. Now I got that shit is burned in my brain. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why it's burned in my brain because you know what I'm saying. I couldn't help but to look, but like the motherfucker, he won't circumcised. So that started off a whole nother conversation. Like the next day, I'm like, nigga, why you got extra meat on the top of your meat? Like, you got extra meat on the top of your meat. Like, what's up with that? Like, my shit ain't like that. I can say I was youngster, I ain't know what was going on. I'm like, dog, why your shit all covered up and shit in the blanket, and my shit, you know what I'm saying, out here like cold and shit. Like the tip of my dick out here naked. Well, he out here trying to see shit. Your shit like, nah, nigga, I'm good. So I'm like, why your shit like that, bitch? Shit crazy. And for real, for another thing, man, like, I blame him for me being big because, like, I know growing up, like, cookouts and shit, he would make me eat. Like, even if we fucking ate, I just ate like 3 burgers or some shit. We go to a cookout, he like, Dave, get your plate. And, you know, he got that voice. I'm like, man, I'm like, no, I'm good, Dad, get you a plate. Hey, go ahead and eat you some, boy. Eat, Derek, get you a plate. I'm like, damn, but Dad, I'm good. They go there, get I'm like, fuck. So crazy. I love him to death, though, man. I'm like, it's my pops. Good dude. But, that's all I got for you on that segment, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what to do. Don't forget to subscribe. You already know that. And Instagram, you know, underscore ONEUP underscore. Twitter, capital O, lowercase NE underscore capital UP 55. Follow me and shit. Until next time, y'all be easy.